Let's see here. All right. We're live. We're here. It's Thursday night. So, yeah, we're live.
It sounded painful.
It did.
It sounded
I don't know
painful.
why it sounded
I was
painful.
just like, man,
I didn't mean
push
for
it.
it to sound painful.
Ladies and
Welcome,
gentlemen,
everybody. Welcome in.
Thursday night.
Get your seats. Pull up. Come to the front. Sit in the front.
Ron and I, we should do a 2
Dr. Kimberly
a.m.
McGeorge tonight. What?
Dr. Kimberly.
What are we doing?
We're going to do a 2 a.m. after dark stream. We're going to read stories.
We really ought to do like a midnight or a midnight Saturday night.
No rules? No rules?
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
I wound up for that shit, bro. What's up? Dude, that was a spiritual. Dude, that was spiritual.
Yeah. You're a goober. All right.
I'm a what?
Goober. Goober. Chocolate covered raisin? Goober. Or no, chocolate covered peanuts.
Really?
I don't know what a goober
No,
is.
you're seriously calling me a chocolate covered raisin? That's what you're calling me right now.
Yeah, I think a goober is a chocolate covered peanut. I'm not real certain.
I don't care. I don't like either one of
Goober
them.
is a term of affection.
Okay, strawberry yogurt.
Oh, shoot. Do you like strawberry yogurt? You better, because that's a
Shit.
term of affection, right?
I love strawberry yogurt, bro. That's all I eat. I get blueberry too. Sometimes I'll mix blueberry and strawberry, and it kind of gets me a little emotional, you know?
I hear you. Oh, good Lord. So we stock all this stuff up all
Linda.
What's up,
Mary,
my dudes?
Audrey. Erica.
Thank you, Mary.
Deb.
Goobers or peanuts? 30 seconds.
Ubers. I'm a peanut. Do you like peanuts?
Goober.
Ron?
Thank you,
like
Deb.
peanuts?
Treadway. She loves my truck. She
You know what
thinks
I
my
did?
truck is sexy.
The first day I met his truck, you know what I did, right?
All right. We'll be
Bang
back in a
pupper,
second.
baby. What?
Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Mojo 50 Radio.
Journey into the matrix of the mind. Stretch your imagination and challenge reality. Abnormal realities are beacons for the imagination. What society deems abnormal may be more real than we think. This is Abnormal Realities with your hosts, Ron Phillips and Rocky Stucci.
And I just got the finger from Mr. Ron Phillips that it is time to go hot, it is time to go live, and it is time to go now right here on Abnormal Realities. Happy Thursday,
Why you sound like a DJ?
bitches. Dude, I wound up for that
He
one.
said, and welcome to Thursday.
Welcome
I'm like,
to
what is this?
Thursday.
A freaking monster truck rally?
Dude, and I wound up, I got a little dizzy. Oxygen started leaving the head a little bit, but I threw it out there with conviction. You got to give it that. Come
Oh,
on.
you're such a goober, man.
We ain't got a lot of time, brother.
We don't have a lot of time, so let's get to it. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are welcoming our guest, Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. She will discuss her research with using state-of-the-art technology for alternative health combined with the energy healing fields. We might not get to all of everything that she's going to wants to talk about tonight, but we'll just maybe ask her, back, because we only have a half an hour with her tonight. She will also share some of her personal paranormal experiences, along with how she uses her psychic abilities to help people.
Dude, I like helping
that's
people.
Pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. Hey, Dr. McGeorge, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Rocky's I know he's full of questions. Hit it.
Oh, no, it's overwhelming. First, welcome, first-time guest on the program. I just want to let everybody know that she did tell us that we are pretty awesome. And there's a little thing going on right now because it says, we are known locally here. I mean, not locally, but within the state, we're known as the two sexiest men in Texas. So,
That's right.
and she wasn't ready for that yet. So she's kind of backed us down, and she says, I need a half an hour. Just give me a freaking half an hour, and we'll let you know by the time this conversation is over. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of pressure on the table right now. We're looking for your love. We're looking for your support. Give us some love, light, and sexiness all this way because we're going to end this show on the right note. But
I'm going to tell you, we have a ton of talking points.
Too many.
But we're going to try to keep it to a few of them.
One.
Yeah, and
So Ron has a hard time watching movies. For one, scary movies, right?
I do.
It's
yeah.
very traumatized.
Horror movies, I'm not a fan of.
Yep, he watched a scary movie at a young age. forever traumatized, never healed from it, refuses to, don't even meditate, can't even get the guy to take a bath. You know what I'm saying?
Legend of Boggy Creek with Bigfoot scared the hell out of me. So
I said, dude, take a bath with a half a gallon of salt. Just do it. But one of the things that fascinate me about all these realms that you've been involved with your entire life, because a lot of people don't understand that people such as yourself, this is something that you had to cope with at the same time, trying to cope with a society that doesn't believe in it, you know, and that's tough. And you know what, man, you got my love and respect for that 100%.
No doubt.
Because I've seen people's lives destroyed because of that. So I find the human being a very interesting species, a very disappointing species at many times, but a very encouraging species at a lot of times as well, right? It's just all depends on where we choose to look. But we look at the darker side of things. And one thing I've always been fascinated with was possession and the reality of possession. And I guess I cleared a threshold of entity contact when my wife was attacked and her entire back was scratched up. So that told me that there was a whole different realm of reality than just getting EVPs and spirit boxes and making a thing blink a couple freaking lights. You have a lot of experience with this. And I don't actually, with all the people that I know and Ron knows, we don't have a lot of people with a lot of experience at your level in regards to exorcisms and entities. And are they demons? Are they humans? Can humans attach to people? You know, I mean, do we allow it in? Can we somehow, while we're possessed, help fight and release it? There's so many questions I have, but how did you find yourself being involved in these types of activities?
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I grew up in a, and you've heard this story a million times, a religious home. And, you know, my dad's a pastor, of course. You know, they don't put us in homes, you know, that are accepting of our gifts, it seems. And I didn't, you know, I kind of repressed all my abilities until college. And then in college, I kind of saw an opportunity to be popular because I, you know, my abilities were pretty developed. I was pretty high level. So people would come to me and they would be like, you know, am I going to get engaged? Am I going to get this job? Am I going to pass this? Like stupid. I mean, you know, all the important questions of life in college. But, you know, I was always accurate. I was always right. And so I went to a small private college outside of Chicago, and I created enough buzz that I started getting calls. It was in the 80s, and they were just beginning the occult crime unit in Chicago. And it was very low budget. And so, of course, they're going to go very low budget. Who's more low budget than a college girl who's flattered, which was a big mistake. Never be flattered when the police ask you to work for them because, you know, me naive, I'm thinking like medium glory in TV shows. That's not the reality. You know, occult crimes and cult crimes are very grisly. You're finding buried baby bones. You're finding, you know, rendered animals. You're finding half burnt things. You're finding just like evil, like personified in some of these areas where they like do their worship and their symbolism. And so it actually ended up being the most unglamorous, the most unpaid or very low paid, very traumatic experience of my life. But I was thrown into situations where they had, so it's one thing to investigate occult crimes that have happened or cult crimes that have happened. It's another thing to be dealing with live, continual, day-to-day possession. So I started getting referred from the police to other situations that were live, day-to-day, continual possession cases. And I was only 20, 21. And really, I had one of my first, you can call it deliverance, exorcisms, whatever. They called me into and I have to try to use the politically correct terms. They called me into I don't even know what they are.
No, you don't need to go ahead. You can just say it however it is.
Just say it.
Well, I don't know I mean, I don't want to insult anybody, but basically it was for adults that had learning disabilities. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So the whole home was adults that had learning disabilities. And they were having these problems where that not just one or two people, but a bunch of their residents would go into convulsions and start talking in demonic voices. And not just women, not just men, not just young, not just old, like the whole home was basically being overtaken by something. And I'm like, okay, so I went there, I walked in, and immediately you can feel it. I mean, you guys know if you investigated the paranormal.
What was your fear level? Were you scared?
You know, okay, I'll tell you this, Ron. I was too young and stupid to be afraid.
Yep. I get it.
I've been there, I guess.
100%. I get it. 100%.
I'm just being honest. I thought I was the, SHIT, to be honest. I'm like,
We all kind of are still. I really, I still kind of carry some of that,
Yeah, I hear you. But I mean, I'm like coming off work, helping the police solve these crimes and capturing these evil people. And I think I'm like the bomb, .com. But I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just being honest, so I was kind of bluffing it a lot here. And so I walk in and I walk through the whole place. And at the time, there's a certain energy. I used to call it like a demonic wall, really low frequency, dark energies. It's almost like you hit an invisible wall. It's hard to explain if you haven't felt it, but it's literally that thick. So that was everywhere in the whole house. So
the first time I ever felt like something like that was the first time I ever experienced visualizing with my own eyes a very prominent shadow person.
So you know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean. Yep.
Okay, so I'm trying to make this story quick. It's so much pressure. I'm used to
no pressure. No. Yep. No pressure.
So they had these large bathrooms. I guess you would call them handicap bathrooms. With the bars, with the showers, and the bar. I mean, really big, so you can get wheelchairs in. And they said, "Hurry, get that girl." So professional, and come quick. And I walk into this handicap bathroom. And this young man, maybe 20 something, is like frothing at the mouth and on the floor. And he's looking at the ceiling. Oh, it all makes my stomach hurt talking about it. And he's like, "Father, help me." And I looked, oh gosh, it still makes me feel sick even now. I look up at the ceiling and there's this swarming mass of like darkness and like faces. And like, it was so crazy. And at the time I was religious. Now I'm not religious. So of course, I did my whole what I had been taught, kind of more like the Catholic type of thing with like religious words and, in the name of Jesus and blood of Jesus and all that stuff. Thankfully, it worked for whatever reason. And he stopped all that. So once we stopped that, my concern really wasn't, he was fine.
Dr. Kim, let me ask you something really cool. Let me ask you something really quick. Two things really quick. We're going to keep it for the full hour for one, if that's cool with you. Because there's too much to this, and I don't want to undersell. I don't want to undersell the experience and what the power behind the story, right? But we got a bottom of the hour break, 2-minute break, so we'll go out on that when the time comes. So I just want to say that first. Number two, now I want to ask you this because you were at a younger age, and I know that feeling of being in just untouchable, and part of that still, in a weird way, not in a weird way, still sticks with me. I mean, spiritually, my space, I just had this conversation last night. My space is mine, and I'm not going to negotiate with my space. I'm not going to sit here and try to accommodate anything that's not welcome. That's mine. Awesome. Whether I'm physical or spiritual or whatever I am, I will defend what I got, and it ain't much, but I will defend it. But now, I understand dealing with these types of energies. It's not your typical haunting. It's not going and getting a couple cool EVPs and a couple hot vibes and, maybe hear a little knock of a squirrel up in an attic. You're dealing with darker energies. You're dealing with things at a much more malevolent level. How did you at that age, and I don't know, maybe this is part of it with your religious background, how did you psychologically adjust your psyche, your mind, to be able to deal with things like this without creating major trauma to yourself?
I actually think I was highly traumatized. It actually took me till age 43 before I was kind of untraumatized and fully like accepted all these things. I think I was traumatized. Okay. I think I went into it traumatized, but here's an ability I have that serves me well in these situations. I have the ability for OBE, out of body travel. I can try, quadruple locate right now. So right now I can go to all my daughter's house and walk around and see what they're doing and tell you while I'm talking to you. So, and this is bad and good.
Would it suck to be her daughter though? I mean,
oh, it does, believe me.
I mean, I'm not saying anything bad or anything like that.
You told me that you were going to be home alone tonight. Who is that guy sitting on the couch with you? Yeah. Answer to me right now. Come on.
I'm calling John. Exactly. No, but so the ability to go out of body, which we all have actually, which is a whole nother show, I'm sure.
Yep.
And that's one of the things, I teach people how to do. But,
oh man,
I'm going to get off into rabbit trail, so I'm going to try to keep it anyway. So basically I stepped out. So it wasn't like I was there. It was like I was an observer. So, you can be experiencing the emotion and the trauma and everything firsthand, but I stepped out to deal with it. And when you step out, I'm connecting to my oversoul. And we are all eternal, super powerful beings with like massive amounts of psychic abilities. So I would just kind of go into like that superpower all, we are all the all, we're all eternal beings. We all come from the same place. I just step into that place.
Yep.
And from that place, I have no fear. There's no fear in that place. There's only like kind of like reaction of what to do in the moment, in like you would in any, like I have friends in the military and friends in intelligence, and they always talk about getting off the X, like the worst thing you can do is freeze in any situation, spiritual or otherwise, do nothing. So as long as, I was moving toward a solution, I really honestly never have fear. And then if that fails, if I go back in my body accidentally, then and I imagine you would do this too, I get really angry. I get really angry that this
you want to go back to where you were. Yep.
So
can I just one thing, and I don't want to sidetrack here, but now that we got a little more time, I'm a little bit more relaxed. Why over my years of doing this have I accumulated, I don't know if I want to use the word fear, or I don't know if I want to use the word respect, or if it's more of an empathic ability, but when I go to certain locations, my body, like the Hill House, we talk about it all the time. I would not go upstairs by myself. It told me not to. There's certain places, there's that wall. And something spiritually is saying, hold your ass right there and don't take another step and think about what you're about to do, because it could get pretty ugly.
Now, I would ask you a question. I would say, is that fear, is that wisdom? Because so here's the trick to what you're saying. There are other beings equally powerful to me, equally powerful to you. And we can go head to head with a god or goddess or crazy being or demon or whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter. But they're entities with thoughts, with feelings, with powers, with abilities, just like us. Here's the difference. They're usually stronger than us. Why? They have memory. I have some memory. They have more memory. They're coming from outside the reality often, or from the fourth or fifth or sixth dimensions. And they're coming into a lower dimension, and they are the whip at it. We're stumbling around in the dark. We're still trying to figure out like how we get an EVC or what's that noise. We're like, and I'm including myself in it too. I'm not that much ahead of anybody else. We are memory wiped, and all the nanotechnology that we consume, we're memory wiped and uploaded into the mainframe every single night before midnight. And if you look at your arm in the sun, you'll see it has this crystalline, sheen, and that's all the stuff. Sun, there's no sun there. And
no, I'm like, wait, what?
I honestly do want to look really bad right now. I don't know what it is.
I'm sorry, I'm a dumbass.
I saw him do it, and right away I just want to be like,
I'm looking for Chris.
I was doing it too.
Because we have a lot of lights in the studio. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. Well, you might be able to see it then. And of course you can pull it. We can go into a whole thing of how to get implants to come out of your skin, and you'll see the little computer chips when you put them under the microscope. We all have eye implants. I can tell you how to identify if you have eye implants. I can, teach you guys a lot of stuff.
That's my left.
But the point is, we're monitored and we're controlled and we're memory wiped all the time. And that's why I teach my students, you always take a shower and scrub with some kind of sandy thing, because they're going to get some. Because they're not uploading, they're not just uploading like what you saw and what you said, they're uploading your thoughts. Thoughts are just frequencies. We think our thoughts are private. Your thoughts have never been private since the day you came on this reality.
Doctor, who is it that's doing the upload? Who is it that's
mostly the corporations in this reality. Sometimes the military, but corporations control the military. And if you want to go intergalactic, of course, I call them the Galactic Federation of Non-Light, is really the ultimate puppet masters, because they're the ones that have conquered 500,000 planets in, space, or in, the intergalactic, spaces in all the dimensions. So they're the ones that this is a game realm. And in this game realm, anything goes. Absolutely anything goes. They're allowed to take us. Everybody's taken. They're allowed to experiment on us. Now, why you're taken, who you're taken by, completely different. Like you and me and you are going to be taken by different corporations, different races, for different reasons. Sometimes we're taken and they actually upgrade our DNA, or they upgrade our body, or they fix things.
When you say
sorry, I know we're
taken. No, this is awesome. I love it. No, it's good. When you say taken, what do you mean taken? Like abduction taken?
Okay, so my relatives work in human cloning and consciousness transfer. So they get a paycheck from companies, the military and corporations. They cash their check like, we do, or we don't, whatever,
Right.
For cloning and human consciousness transfer. So sometimes your consciousnness is taken and put into a cloning body. And then sometimes you are physically abducted out of your, like time is stopped and you're physically abducted out of your, house, bed, whatever, wherever you are. They also, the CERN, everybody's like CERN.
Yeah.
Okay. Which CERN? There's like 500. Which CERN? What is CERN? CERN is, have you ever looked at CERN? Have you ever watched Stargate? Have you ever watched Star Trek? Have you watched any science fiction? What is CERN? Look at it. It's a Stargate, you guys. So all CERN is a Stargate. They've already figured out all the stuff they talk about, black holes and this and that. All this technology has existed for millions of years. They know what CERN is and they use it. Every Marriott hotel, every Hilton hotel has jump rooms in it, and the underground tram runs. Yes, I'm serious, you guys.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, an hour's not even close to enough time.
I want to go somewhere through a door.
No
That's
kidding.
all I'm saying. Hey, I want to go to Rome. Walk through that freaking door. Don't worry about it. Just go through that door. You'll be okay.
Most major hospitals have jump rooms. You know where the most jump rooms are? Like in big cities, because a lot of cities are holographic. Ever watch Westworld? By the way, if you want to understand this reality on the highest level at 100% truth, start day one of Westworld and keep watching. Every single thing in that series is 100% truth.
I have seen every one of those episodes.
You just asked me before I came
right
in
before
the
show.
studio.
I asked him if he had seen
Westworld.
There is a TikTok channel. I'm going to throw this out there because Rocky and I talked about it. There's a TikTok channel called UHF Corp.
Okay.
It's at UHF Corp. And they remind me with their little 1-minute commercials of Westworld, but they are acting as though they are a disclosure type corporation, and they're preparing us for disclosure. And you can go to uhfcorp.com. I haven't been there yet.
We got a gentleman in the chat room, and he says that I feel sorry for whoever is monitoring my thoughts. Well, he's a kangaroo in real life, right? Like he's one of those the teddy bear things.
The teddy bear things.
Whatever you call them.
He dresses up. He's a furry.
Oh, okay.
A furry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a thing. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till he called into the show one time, and it's a thing. People do that. They hang out. I'm going to a convention to see what it's like for science.
Okay. I'm not going to comment on that.
All right. Okay. So now you're talking about disclosure. What were we on? Because we were talking about something.
I don't know, she was way down.
No, so okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to Westworld. We were talking about
Westworld.
We were talking about the truth of all of these things, and you're firing these things at us with jump rooms and stuff like that, and I'm completely beside myself and totally intrigued now.
It has to be possible, dude.
Does your book, The Secret to Everything, cover a lot of this at all?
No, it doesn't cover any of it. Everybody keeps begging. But part of it is because I get a lot of, like, after this show, I will pay for this show. I have screenshot after screenshot after screenshot and videos of black helicopters and military fly around in circles around my house. And I have the pictures on the flight pattern. I pay for every show like this. I do. I don't care anymore. I'll tell you why. Because all my kids are grown. So if they want to take me out, here I am. Take me out. I don't care. And plus, the game is moving into like an advanced, I'm a targeted individual. You've heard that term probably. Gang stalk the crap out of it. Like I was trying to get home to do this show. I was telling my daughter, I'm like, there's a sheriff, there's a police, there's an undercover detective, looks like, there's a fireman. Like they were all around me. Like that's not like the whole way home. It's like an escort. I wouldn't even know what to do if these people didn't follow me. I have pictures of FBI cars, sitting there coming out of with the plates, coming out of coffee shops. I have FBI guys filming me on crazy.
I'm so sorry, man. I got such a problem that, you know those because we know them on different subject matters, but we know people that get really, really close to some very dangerous truths that could literally flip this planet upside down in regards to societies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's some evil, corrupt shit that is going on, and it's like blows my mind. But the fact is that that's where I sit here and I say, what is reality? What is it? So we have people protecting us from not knowing the truth of what they're doing, and they have this Truman Show style reality for us where we go do our job and we go do this. We have our kids, and we get drunk a couple times, hug some people.
Yeah, that's it. We go in
what is it? You know what I mean?
We do. I'm tired of going in circles. I really am. I'm tired of going in circles.
Guys, I have pictures. I can give you, or we could show. I don't know if can we show pictures on this show? Maybe the next show I can give you pictures. I can show you from NASA's own cameras exactly. I can put to rest the flat Earth, round Earth controversy in one show. With pictures.
Okay.
I can show you exact. I'm not going to disclose any more than that. We'll use that as a teaser, and I will show you pictures to prove it from NASA, from their own cameras.
That
if they let me. Sometimes they erase them. They erase my hard drives and all my backups. But maybe we'll see if they let me.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I'm good. I know this reality better than I think I am one of the top actual truth disclosure people, because there's a lot of paid.
Yeah.
Paid opposition or paid.
That's right.
Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, thank you so much for joining us. We got a lot more to talk about in the second half. We are going to go to a break real quick, so stay with us. We'll be right back with you. Rocky, I am freaking out right now.
So kind of like literally, like if a doctor had me hooked up with all those things on my head, the readings, this is triggering to me in a good way. It's a good trigger though. It's a good trigger, right?
Yeah.
Because this shit fascinates us, man. And if there's like a portal somewhere or a Stargate thing.
She calls them jump rooms.
Dude, I'm going to a jump room.
We got to find a jump
room party, bitches. We're all going to 1995. I'm going to go have a party. Hey, Abnormal Realities. Ron Phillips, take us home, baby. Come on.
Hey, guys, abnormalrealities.com, insanecustomtumblers.com, and romikadesigns.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes with Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. Touching me. At Romika Designs, we're more than just a laser engraving and specialty design company. Much more. I'm Ron Phillips, co-owner of Romika Designs, and if you can dream it, we can probably make it. We can custom laser cut and engrave on nearly all material. Great for one-of-a-kind gifts, home decor, business and specialty items, or personalized and logo designs created just for you or your company. Allow us to become your go-to gift and specialty project partner. Romika Designs can help make your ideas a reality. We're ready to help you design and create that special gift for any occasion, or engrave your personal or business logo on just about any product. View our designs at romikadesigns.com or simply email us with your ideas. We specialize in custom design and would be honored to have the opportunity to discuss it with you. Call us at 817-400-4040, email info@romikadesigns.com, or visit us on the web at romikadesigns.com.
Do you have fewer than 3 bowel movements a week? Are your stools dry, hard, and or lumpy? Your stools are difficult or painful to pass? Do you have stomach aches and maybe stomach cramps? Do you feel bloated and nauseous? Do you feel that you haven't completely emptied your bowels after a movement? Well, if that's the case, then the chances are pretty good you are dehydrated. So what you need to do is go to www.insanecustomtumblers.com. We have hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of images that you can purchase for your personalized tumbler today. If you're looking for a custom design, we can help you with that. Insane Custom Tumblers is the one-stop shop for you. Once again, go to insanecustomtumblers.com. Again, that is insanecustomtumblers.com. Use code INSANE20 for a 20% discount today. InsaneCustomTumblers.com. Poop well, my friends. Poop well.
Oh, I felt that.
Welcome back to Abnormal Realities, folks. My name is Ron Phillips. That is Rocky Stucci.
How you doing?
You remember on the show last night where you said, I love it when he calls, and it like echoes in your mind, Rocky.
How you doing?
Stucci.
And then allows me to come in with my little, hey, how you doing? And have a little conversation with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Dr. Kimberly McGeorge with us tonight, and if you haven't heard the first half of this show, you are in for a surprise in the second half, because, wow, we've already talked about some crazy stuff. So, Dr. McGeorge, welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I got questions.
Do you remember what it was?
No, I have no idea. I had something.
The James Webb telescope picture. You were going to ask her about.
So I had kind of a mental breakdown during the break because we started talking about the James Webb photos that just recently came out. And, honestly, when we talk about consciousness in life, when I was looking at those pictures, I was looking at life. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but I was looking at life. But I get so upset. No, I don't get upset, but it's just irritating as shit when I look at a picture literally of thousands and thousands and thousands of galaxies, and we can't even psychologically comprehend the enormity of the Milky Way, right? And I'm looking at a picture where you have multiple thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions and billions of these Milky Ways, but yet people, for some reason, think that this thing right here, this sack of meat, is like the almighty biblical God of the universe. And they think there's nothing else out there. And it just, how could you in your mind not believe the existence of something in such a vast world?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. And part of the reason, I mean, probably need to know a couple of facts about me. First of all, when I was born, and when I was a baby, and when I first opened my eyes, I thought, F-U-C-K, why can't I talk? Why can't I walk? Where the F am I? What the F is going on? So I had enough memory of just having that ability. Yeah. And so I had an adult mind in the baby body. So the first 3 years of my life, until you start getting treated as more of a person, you want to know what hell's like? Hell is being an adult mind coming just out of being in an adult body, fully functional, and being imprisoned in a baby body in a very 3D normal family for 3 years before you can even start to really interact, you know?
Oh, I mean,
so that's the first thing you need to know.
You got to have people that you don't like give you baths.
Not only that, is there a point where after you're born, you kind of regress or you kind of forget that you were an adult before? Is that, I mean, or in your case, probably not.
I wish I would, if I could have taken a pill, I would have signed up for 3D, because it was, you guys, like think years and years, like sitting in the car in a car seat. I'm just like if I could have killed myself at 2 days old, I think I would have. I'm not joking. Like I was suicidal so much of my life because there was because gosh, now I know what it is and I've been there and I do things, but there was so much more. Like it is so delicious outside of this game. And everybody thinks this game is amazing, especially if you're religious. You're like, oh, life is so amazing. And we have babies and we get married, but it's not. Like everything outside of here. Even Venus is so much more amazing than Earth, which they lie to you all about. Venus is actually the Cabal's playground. The Cabal doesn't go underground to dark bunkers. They go to Venus, which is so much more amazing than Earth. And it's a water planet. It's a tropical planet. And they have bars and they have jet skis and they have vacation homes and they have, so that's where they're going. They're going for jump rooms to Venus, or sometimes they go to ship, but usually there's jump rooms.
All right. So
and then there's
Dr. McGeorge, you're cutting up a little bit. The last 30 seconds of what you said, they're screwing with you. So
during the important stuff there.
Okay. So right after you said they have jet skis and stuff, can you maybe repeat that part for us again?
Sure. It's just, they're gonna shut this down probably. Maybe we should talk about something else right now, because they're probably not going to let me. All
right. Let me do a flip. Okay, no more Venus talk. If you could travel, okay, this was a question that I was going to refer to something else.
Wow.
And it stopped, which is weird. I was going to refer to what we were talking about with Stargate stuff and everything like that. But if you could go into a jump room, and if you could go back in any time in history, where would you want to go and what would you want to see?
Me personally? Oh, well, I have memories of my past lives. So first of all, I would go to kind of like the pioneer days, whatever, like country, because I have memory of an amazing life, living in a settlement, having an amazing husband, building a life together until it was ruined by, of course, our Native American friends. And then it didn't get so pretty. And then I'd also go back to the 1800s, around the time of the Civil War, because I have another amazing life there that I have full memory of, again, with people that I love. So I would go there first. But one thing that we don't think about is all time is now. So time is not, there is no time. Time only exists in the game dimensions and in lower density ships, planets, and realms and timelines. And so in most places, time a lot faster than here. So, you can go to the future too. And a lot of you and I need to have a talk. I'll tell you that. Oh, wait, I'm pointing at Rocky, because I think you're a super soldier. So there's a reason you're being triggered by some of the same things. There you go. Okay. All right.
Super soldier. Sit down. Okay.
No, but I think you're like, I can just, well, I'm a super soldier, so super soldiers.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the program, the super soldier emotional meatball Rocky Stucci.
Okay, I just made you unbearable for your wife to live with. I'm sorry.
Yes, you did. Hell, you made him unbearable for me to live with. Okay.
Yeah, it's for everybody to live with. Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
No, but all I'm saying is you will be triggered even more than, even though Ron, you're taking it, but you are like needy working for the corporations. You've been to Mars, you've been to Venus. So some of this is really gonna, like, you might even have lucid dreams tonight. Yeah.
You're talking about Ron? You're talking about Ron? You're talking about Ron, right?
No, Ron's taken. I'm talking about you.
All right, start, then say it again because you cut out again. So what did you say about me? I'm what?
Yeah. Again,
you're taken.
You are abducted. Everyone's abducted. Yes, you're taken.
Son of a bitch. I knew it.
Everyone is abducted. Their abduction is not special. I hate to shatter everyone's dreams and fantasies and books and movies and theories. Abduction is part of the game. You sign up for whether you're captured here or whether you pay to come here, and a lot of people pay to come here to play. What? It's, actually, it's the hottest game in multiverse right now. People are paying trillions of dollars to climb into pods and have their consciousness transferred into clones or avatars, because a lot of the people around us are empty.
True.
And there's computer holographic NPC people, which are just holograms like Westworld, So, so everybody's taken. And, time is messed with. Whatever I was going with the CERN is part of the technology that they use. They take pictures of that. I don't know if I have one, but there are pictures out there of whole towns, people going up in their night clothes to the ships and the UFOs. They take whole towns, they stop whole houses, they stop neighborhoods, they stop areas, and they experiment on everyone, and then they return them the next second later. And then one of the other things CERN does is it does the Groundhog Day thing. So deja vu, it has nothing to do with what they say. It's not a psychic prediction of the future or even reliving some. It is actually reliving. I mean, Groundhog Day isn't about it. They're trying to disclose to you that they actually do this, that you actually relive the same exact day over and over and over again, because they just rewind time. And there's certain groups that I'm not allowed to say the name of that are actually rewinding your personal day. So if you ever felt like you made progress in weight loss, or you weren't going to watch as much TV, or you were going to be nicer to your kids, but then the next day you're just right back in it. You're you're chomping down the snacks, or you're binging on Netflix, because like any progress we make, they want to keep you where you are. They don't want you to know how to game the game. Like I figured out how to win the game. I sometimes reverse win the game, which we could go into later. I have to be really careful what I speak, because sometimes I inadvertently undo things I want because I complain too much about them and they don't happen, and it's a mess. But anyway, I know how to game the game. I know how to win the game, and that's what I teach is, how to beat the game. So my life is crafted, and how many people can say this? Exactly how I want it. And guess what? I decided I wanted to change it a couple weeks ago. Instantly it changed, instantly up-leveled. And so, this is what they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know that you are the gods and goddesses, that you have books written about you.
True.
A lot of my clients are the Marvel. They write, they draw the characters for Marvel. They're comic book artists for Marvel. I have a lot of celebrity clients and a lot of Hollywood, and they tell me a lot of things. And when I was working with a Marvel, the guy that used to draw for Spider-Man, he's passed from cancer now. And of course, they have multiple artists draw for these comics. I don't know if you guys know that. It's not just one. Mm-mm. I know, I'm going way off. But
no, you're not. Sorry.
House, he had his drafting board and all his comic stuff, and he goes, I want to show you something. Now remember, he's dying, so he has nothing to lose. And he showed me what the studio gave him to draw these storyboards from. And you know what was on it? Top secret, military. You know why? Because arachnid beings are a reality. Like they're basing it off of what is all the comic books, all the Marvel characters are based off reality. Most movies and shows, just like Stranger Things, 100, that's like 100% truth, you guys. All this stuff that you think is sci-fi, that you think is fiction.
I want to ask you something. Kind of personal, but you have a male spirit energy around you right now, and it's like, it's going to be super weird, but I got to say it. It's like a love-hate relationship. That's all I got. But I can hear him.
Can you
I
tell me
can
what he's
hear him.
saying?
I just hear a mumble like he's trying to yell at you. He's talking sternly. I cannot define the words, but I'm hearing it. I'm watching you talk, and I keep looking like by your.
That's interesting.
Hold on, this shoulder.
Yeah, her left side.
This one right here.
This,
Yes,
This,
and it's there, and I freaking hear it, and it's tripped me out kind of. But
I'll tell you, it's someone who's connected with me that's actually alive that projects into my reality.
a bad
lot.
projection.
So it's astral project. It's an astral projected person that I'm not going to say the name because he's a frenemy. Exactly what you said. He's he is very competitive. He monitors me. He monitors my career, and it's a love-hate relationship. So bang on. You're a super soldier, my friend. Meta abilities of the metagene. Of the metagene.
I'm sorry.
Is there like a
screwed.
plaque or something that I could
A
get for
certificate.
this?
I will send you your trophy in the mail.
I need something. How about this?
He needs a certificate.
That'll work.
That's right.
There you go. The taxi cab drivers of the universe that everybody's so afraid of. Nothing to be afraid of there, guys. Nothing. Those things are the most harmless things in the entire universe.
Oh,
They're just
this.
grays, taxi
They're
drivers
taxi-
for hire.
I heard that grays are the ones that do the the dirty work. You know what
The
I'm
grunt
saying?
work. Yeah.
They do. They'll pay. I mean, they'll do good stuff too.
Like what?
They'll bring you apples if somebody tells them.
Oh.
They don't. They're all about money. They're all about whoever pays them. They'll do whatever they say, or they'll stick a needle in your eye. They don't care.
Ron is a gray because there's $1 in price to everything he said.
Oh my God.
Ron, I need a taxi. Will you pick me up tomorrow?
On my way.
Done. Done. Yeah, I can do this tomorrow, 12 o'clock. Thank you.
You're a goober. Okay.
All right, so now, through you call me a freaking goober again. You got a problem with this thing. Have you ever? Now we've touched on the exorcism
I
part,
gotta
but
learn more about the game, dude. I really do.
astral projection. People, can you be followed home from a negative dark entity because if I go in through astral projection, I'm more protective, it seems like, when I go to a haunted physical location.
Talk about this. Okay. So let's define my definition of entities versus like dark being or human discarnate.
Mhm.
So entities, I don't know. You guys don't have, I have hair. I can send you some pictures. Show what you get when you walk in Walmart, when you walk in the grocery store, when you go in, usually places where they like to feed and gloam and jump on people. Entities can be removed by easily by water or easily. That's why I always teach my students when they go to the grocery store, when they go to Walmart, which I don't go to Walmart, but when they go to a concert, when they go to a bar, when they go to a family reunion, it doesn't matter. I just was in a restaurant. As soon as I'm off, I'm going to jump in the shower, not because, that is my nightly routine, but also because I can feel stuff on me.
You're cleansing. You're cleansing.
Exactly.
Yep.
But entities are harmless in one way, but in the other way, they're not. And if I took a picture of my hair, I could easily blow it up and show you. They really like women's hair, so men kind of have it a little easier, but they'll jump in other places. They'll jump all over your pets and ride around your pets forever, but they take energy. They're vampiric. They are on you, especially the higher frequency people. So I'll get jumped more than like the crack addict down the road, because who wants the crack addict when they can have somebody, high frequency that's done the work, that's done the purification, and that is in possession of their power. Because another thing that isn't taught that happens all the time, and it's happening actually with both of you, is your psychic powers. Everybody that's a fire creation spirit or an eternal being has meta abilities. We have all these psychic abilities. We've had them for millions and trillions of years. We're super wise. We're super knowledgeable. We're super psychic. But what happens is we don't know it because we've been memory wiped and we've come to play the game and we've signed away our lives. And there's also everyone's like, well, break the contract, break the agreements. People, you do not understand the game. You didn't sign a contract or agreement that you can break. And some of it you can't because there's backdoors and there's copies and there's all this stuff to that. But you signed a consignment. And everybody's like, huh? What's a consignment? A consignment says, no matter what I say, keep doing what you're doing to me. A consignment is for the game. For the game, you own me. You own me. You own me. So, Monarch, you're MK Ultra really heavily. You're also, everybody's MK Ultra, but there's heavy MK Ultra, there's light MK Ultra.
Wait,
so
I'm MK Ultra? I am?
Everybody is, she said. Yeah.
Everybody is, but you're hardcore MK Ultra. just because I am too. So I know the frequency. So yeah, I could go into some really weird stuff with you. That would blow my mind. But yeah, we won't. We'll save that for another show. Save the personal stuff for another show. But yeah, so I forget where I was going with this. I keep getting distracted by your energy because I can just read you really easy. Because
you feel it, right?
It's really traumatized.
Oh, God.
You have a lot of trauma. That's not what he wanted. I don't think. So yeah. Ron's traumatized in a normal level. You're like,
I got creatures following me from years ago.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he does. He probably does.
I fight those little bastards off every single day, and I squash them like the cockroaches they are.
I know the reason. That's the difference. See, my life changed when I found out all this information. Like, I thought I was like the strangest kid, and I was. But when you find out that you were 20, 40, 60, 80 and backed and returned, and you've lived whole lives in other planets and other places and had families, and that you're an assassin for hire and you have clones in Europe. I mean, there are TV shows written about my clones. There's probably TV shows and movies written about your clones. And almost every fire creation spirit has books and comic books and movies and series based on us, because we the whole game. They fuel the whole game off of us and off of our energy.
Yeah, I kind of figured a lot of those like really big time like hero movies.
Yeah,
I kind of figured there's something going on.
It's
because I cried when I watched them, so I thought there was a connection.
That's resonant memory. That's body memory. Because guess what? We don't keep our memories in our brain. This is disposable. I think you said it, Ron. I mean, this is thrown away like millions of times. You've had a million meat suits if you played the game, even on other planets, even on other places, even on other realms, even on other densities, even on other timelines. You've had in shadow realities. You've had a million of these. Nothing,
what I'm going to say, I'm actually going to kind of feel a little uncomfortable saying, because I have not said this much on radio. Okay. When I got out of treatment and I went on, my journey started, right? The whole journey started, and holy shit, has it been a ride, But I'm a vivid dreamer, and I remember them, and some of them.
That's the problem is I'm not. Right, I don't remember my dream.
They're vicious. They're lucid, beautiful. Yeah. They're lucid. Yeah. You feel the emotions. You feel the connections. Everything I see, like family. It's amazing. But I've always felt like my purpose greater than a human being was more at a spiritual level. And I needed to go through certain things in life for me to feel that darkness, experience that darkness. And I feel that my existence is more not physical, but my existence here is more spiritual. And I don't know if that makes sense, but there ain't too many wars I'm not willing to fight,
You're remembering. This what you're feeling right now, because I can feel what you're feeling. What you're feeling right now is resonant memory, because again, our memories aren't in our brains like they lie to us about. Our memory we carry in our soul energy field. So your soul is an energy field, and of course that's all time, all space since you came out of the all. And so your memories are with you. And so how do they block it? They block it between your body and the memories. So that's why when I can get out of body, and that's why when I do readings and one-on-ones, I can tell you your past lives all day long. I can tell you your future lives. I can tell you your best timeline. I know what's going to happen to me every single week, every single day. I don't always look because it's always fun. That gets kind of boring, guys. Every single year. And I can do that for anybody else. Why? Because we are the all. And so what I say to my students is, what can the all not know? Nothing. What can the all not do? Nothing. So they block that access between you and all of you, between you and your oversoul, between you, because we are all the same. We're all from the same place. What's the difference between the three of us right now? The difference is we came to the game, or we're captured, whatever, it doesn't really matter. We have it individually. We're choosing to experience the game. You can call it life. You can call it whatever you want, in an individual perspective. I'm experiencing it as a woman this time. Ron's experiencing a man. You're experiencing a man. You're experiencing it as a super soldier, even though you don't know. Ron's experiencing it as a drug deep, even though he doesn't know. I'm experiencing it as this horrible way shower that they put me in this position where I get a lot of crap. But we're all experiencing, we have different experiences, and we've had many of them. Both of you have had many. Both of you have been in the game a long time.
Are we doing good? Are we doing okay?
You know what? The fact that you both almost makes me want to weep. This compliment. That you have found your way to even doing a radio show called Abnormal Realities means you're so close to busting the code of the game that it's exciting.
Okay, I'm excited now. I'm excited now.
She had me sold that busting.
No, she had you sold as super soldier.
I'm still there. We should probably go on Amazon when we're done with the show and see if there's like something I should be wearing.
A cape?
I got to represent
Oh my
super
God.
soldier shit going on, bro.
I got you.
Can't be wearing t-shirts all the time.
I mean, I can tell you, not on the air, obviously, but I can tell you, how often you're being abducted. I can tell you who's abducted. I can tell you what
Who
you're
is
doing
it?
as a soldier. I can tell you.
No, she said she can't tell us on the air.
Oh,
So
I won't tell them the air. They're already glitching me. They'll glitch me. They won't let me do that.
Yeah.
That's
they'll
all right.
Never let me do that.
That's all right. Because they know what's up with super soldier Stucci.
Wow.
That's right. All right, so what do you got going on? I know this planet is really weird right now, and I hate watching the media because I hate watching people buy it and be so vulnerable psychologically. This is what I see going on the planet right now. It turns my stomach. But we got about 2.5 minutes left here, and give us what do you see? What do you see? Are you optimistic? Are you dreadful?
Right. I'm surprised. This is okay. So we're all in different timelines. So there's thousands of different timelines, but there's 5 major concurrent timelines that run all the time. The middle one is all of our optimal timelines. And my timeline, I can live in an actual, like you'll think I'm living in the same reality as you, but I'm not. So for my time, like golden road, baby. But even for the global timeline, 90% of that stuff is scripted. If you listen to my old stuff, I predicted the sea thing. I predicted the Russia thing years before. Why? Because my ex-fiance is a high-ranking member of the Order of Golden Dawn. He's a member of the Cabal. Guess who holds the script? The corporations and the Galactic Federation give it to high-ranking members of the occult societies, the secret societies, and the Cabal. And then they give it to me, which is very kind of them. And, I learned a lot of my information. Also, let's be honest, who do you think my family works for? My family works for the corporations.
I'm hearing that. I'm hearing what he was hearing a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what'd you hear?
We're hearing a man.
We're hearing a man talk.
Oh, if you're hearing a man talk like that, that's military. So they're on me now. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm going to have some fun time with them.
Well, I mean,
my name is Ron Phillips.
No,
okay,
yeah.
Ron Phillips.
It's almost as though it's being parroted what she's saying, because I'm hearing it at the same time.
That's what they do. Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do when they're like, cut. They're always, one of my daughters, who's really, really high levels, she can merge with anyone's souls and say whether it's like all sorts of things. I can do that too. I just don't like to. Every conversation she and I have has a whole military call center in the background. We're so used to it. They openly monitor her in my calls. All my children are psychically gifted too.
What does Ron got to do to be able to frickin' meditate? We got 30 seconds. Give him something. He needs help, man. He needs help.
Okay, guess what, Ron, let me ask you a question. Can you sit alone somewhere in silence?
Yes.
How long?
Then you don't. Well, okay, how long?
Oh, I mean, as long as I need to, I guess.
You can sit in a quiet room for an hour?
Guess what? That's what your soul wants. Your soul doesn't want meditation. Your soul doesn't want you to think about anything. Of course, a silent mind's great. Once I have a silent mind, then you can realize how much voice to skull is happening, because you guys have a lot of voice to skull. I mean, occasionally I get it, but usually I'm pretty clear, because if you have a silent mind, that's the only way that you can differentiate whose thoughts, because they'll send thoughts to you in your own voice first. But Ron, if you can sit, I'd start with 15 minutes. It'd be better if you could sit outside with your bare feet on the ground, but you don't have to do any sort of meditation. What your soul asks for is time in nature, and usually it asks for 10 hours a week. Who does that? I live in the middle of the woods and I don't even do that. And it asks for 4 hours alone. And again, alone, everybody wants to go with their kids, their pets, their significant other.
Dr. McGeorge,
this is how you connect to your own.
I don't want to cut you off, but I have to. I'm sorry. Stay on the line, because we're going to come back to you as soon as we get off the air. But good Lord.
And we thought we could do this in a half an hour.
Yeah, yeah, no question. There's no way. Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, thank you for joining us tonight. What's the website address?
secrettoeverything.com.
The secret to everything.
No,
it is secrettoeverything.com.
Yep.
Dr. Kimberly McGeorge, thank you for joining us. We're definitely going to have you back, because that was awesome as hell.
Secretofeverything.com, folks. We love the hell out of each and every one of you. RomakeDesigns.com and SaneCustomTumblers.com. AbnormalRealities.com. But get your asses on over to Odyssey Radio. From our family to yours. Much love, much respect.
Love you. See ya.